Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. 412-575-2600 is the number of the Borders and Borders hotline right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. It's pie day. That means berry pie. That means any fruit pie. I love apple pie. Paul Zeise of the Post-Gazette, what does pie mean to you?
Well, it means apple pie and all that other stuff, but pie day is, I guess the math equation or the pie thing or whatever.
Pie, just regular pie.
Whatever it is, yes. The pie. Did you see this guy from Google? He
31 trillion.
31 trillion digits or something that he calculated it to. I'm going to take my chances that.
You know what? I'm going to call him and see if he can help me with March Madness.
I'll never be smart enough to be able to do something like that.
Well, give us a call. We have a lot to talk about here tonight on the Sports Call. You can also tweet us at KDPomp at Paul Zeise. And we begin with the Penguins are in action again tonight, and Buffalo's had their number pretty much all season long, beat them twice in overtime. Tonight, given the magnitude of how these points are and how much you need them, because Washington won. Also, winning tonight was New Jersey as they beat Montreal. So the Penguins needed to win to keep pace, and they did. 5-0. The big story in this one, Casey DeSmith, who hadn't played in 3 weeks, not only played, but was outstanding, posting a third shutout of the year, and the Penguins won this game, and now they have back-to-back games coming up this weekend. And Paul, they're playing a really good hockey right now, and they have some injuries to deal with. As Zach Aston-Reese is now out longer term, Brian Rust still out, Letang still out, but here they are cranking away.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about it is Buffalo, we knew that they were going to struggle scoring. They've had a hard time scoring recently. This is the third shutout in a row for them, which is incredible if you think about it, Bob. I mean,
it is.
What is that? 60?
180 minutes.
180 minutes of hockey without scoring.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, if you ask me. And that's not to take anything away from.
And they have a 36 goal scorer. They have a 28 goal scorer. They have 5 guys who are right around 20. I mean, they're
just struggling right now.
Team.
Yeah. And as a result, it's good for the Penguins, and they've got a couple of big games this weekend, so we'll see what happens. I mean, they just got to keep winning and grabbing points.
We saw the Pitt Panthers get ousted last night in the ACC tournament. Tonight we saw Duquesne lose a game. They had a lead in that game in the second half against St. Joe's, but Phil Martelli's team came back and won that game. We also saw West Virginia. I give credit for Bob Huggins. He made some changes down there. They were really bad during the regular season, erratic. Some guys got kicked off the team, others are injured, and all of a sudden they've won 2 in a row, including tonight against a very good Texas Tech team after beating Oklahoma last night.
Yeah.
What are they doing well?
Well, the first thing he did, and of course this probably relates to another team, a team that's here in town, but he got rid of a bunch of bad apples.
He did.
Even though a few of them.
And they were talented.
Yes, even though a few of them were talented, even though a few of them were his most highly recruited players, guess what he did? He added by subtracting some attitude, some guys that probably weren't buying into the team concept too much, and all of a sudden, less talent, better team.
And they're playing like a team. That's the whole thing about it. Outstanding.
Who does that remind you of?
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Steelers, let's get right into that because now, of course, it's the post-AB, post-Bell era. And by the way, Bell really took, I see in the prompter it says up here, showers. He took a shower in this one. He should have taken the Steelers offers a couple of years ago. He didn't. And I'm sure, even though he's a rich man, he's going to regret this because he made a point to say, this is about the money and so much I want. Well, he took far less than what he wanted. But anyway, they brought in 2 new guys today, and I like their acquisitions. I do think Steven Nelson is a pretty good player. I don't know if he can be totally shut down. He calls himself Steven Island. And on offense, Dante Moncrief has had a pretty good career.
Well, and these are the kind of signings that you make, I think, to try and shore up areas so that you give yourself flexibility in the draft, right?
Right.
I mean, they're probably still going to draft a receiver, but now it's not mandatory that they get one early. They'll probably still go out and get a couple of D-backs, but now it's not mandatory that, they've got to shore up now inside linebacker, and they've got picks to do it, and they've got picks to make trades. I mean, there's a lot of things they can do to try and get better. And so I like these kinds of acquisitions. I know they're not splash type things, but I think they're the kind of things that you build a winning roster with.
And listen, a lot of people are already talking about the Steelers not being relevant in the AFC North. They're looking at Cleveland. I understand all that. But they still have Ben Roethlisberger, one of the best offensive lines, and pretty good skill players. If their defense can improve, this will still be a pretty formidable team. We're going to take a break. We want your calls and your tweets. 412-575-2600. Call us right now. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call on Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still